What's going on, Detroit Lions fans? It's Jeff Iafrate here from Crunch Time Sports, and today I have some unfortunate news and more news that could be interpreted as unfortunate, depending on who you ask. So I don't mean to ruin your Monday, but I have to give you the updates. And the first thing I'm going to go with is what Dan Campbell talked about today. Gave an update on Ahmed Hassanein, who went down in the preseason game against the Dolphins. You guys all saw it. People were wondering what was the injury. Dan Campbell confirmed today it is a pec injury. He said, quote, Ahmed's going to be down for a while. He's got a pec injury, which is tough news, right? And I want to make this very clear. Ahmed is a player that has been playing football for 5 years, right? And he has many would think, a massive upside, which I love his upside, right? He has the effort. He has the intangibles. He has the mindset. He has the character. He has everything. But when you're injured, it's hard to display that. It sucks. It really does suck for him and for fans because it was going to be a big year for him developmental wise. I don't even know if that used that correctly, but a big developmental year for him, to get reps and to improve and to just be around the facility, which he'll still be able to do, but he won't be able to participate, which is extremely unfortunate. And the big argument here is, where's Zadarius Smith, right? And people would say, well, Ahmed, if he's better early than expected, maybe he can contribute for you. That is now ruled out. So Ahmed, we don't know if it's a season-ending injury, but it's looking that way. C.J. Gardner-Johnson had a pec injury and was out, I think, most of the year, if not all the year. I can't remember. Pec injuries are no joke, and I hope Ahmed can return to action. I really do hope so, because right before this, it was announced that Matthew Judon would be signing or is expected to sign with the Miami Dolphins. He visited or is visiting with them today, and the expectation is just from Jordan Schultz. The expectation is that both sides are motivated to reach a deal. Now, if you guys remember correctly, Dave Burkett, who's one of the best in the city, does great work, talked about how the Lions have reached out to Matthew Judon, not today, but this was in the past, this summer, this offseason, with this whole Zadarius Smith situation going on. So whether it was for leverage reasons or there was legitimate interest in bringing in Matthew Judon to help this pass rush, whatever the reason may be, they had interest in Matthew Judon. Now, if he signs with the Miami Dolphins, he's out of the picture. Ahmed Hassanein has a pec injury, could be out for the season. That hurts. So you lose two big leverage pieces, right? A depth piece on at defensive end and a guy that you could potentially replace Zadarius Smith for cheaper. I've interrupted the video to tell you about the sponsor of today's video, Comer & Cross, and their one-day installation for concrete floor coatings, garages, basements, patios. They do it all. And I'm sure you're tired of staring at your crack-stained garage floor. Well, I have the answer for you. Comer & Cross in their summer installation sale, they're offering 12 months same as cash or $500 in savings. Why put it off? You can contact the number, 248-834-3488. They transform patios, pool decks, basements, even driveways. They do it all. And the best part is they move the stuff out for you. They repair your cracks and pits before applying your stunning new floor, guaranteed. Comer & Cross concrete floors never chip, crack, or peel like epoxy or paint. Again, you could call the number, 248-834-3488, or you can book your free estimate at comercross.com. Let's get back to the video. So the Lions have two options here. And I don't know which way they're going to go. You guys can comment down below and let me know what you want them to do. First option is you got to re-sign Zadarius. But that comes with a cost because now Zadarius has more leverage because he sees Judon signed. He sees Ahmed got hurt. And he's like, oh, you guys want to come back? Okay, what's the price? Well, this may be the new price. I don't know if he'll do that, but he has the ability to do that now. Or they roll with what they have. That would be the second option. And I don't know how people feel about that, but clearly they've been talking very highly about Marcus Davenport. He's looked pretty good in training camp. It was never a talent issue. It's always an availability issue. So that's something that, you're going to have to depend on and really just gamble on, and whether or not he can stay healthy. So that is a risk, but it really comes down to how Brad feels about this room. Dan, I think, mentioned as well in the press conference that Brad's kind of looking at every option here. And in my opinion, I think it does kind of, not that Ahmed's the straw that broke the camel's back, obviously, but he is a depth piece in that room. He is. Whether people want to believe it or not, no matter how much you thought he would contribute this year or not, he is a depth piece in that room. So they have to replace him with someone. Is it Nate Lynn? Maybe. But is Nate Lynn enough? I don't know. That's for Brad and Dan to decide. Does this kind of push them to say, you know what, Judon's off the board. Let's just go get Zadarius Smith, which I still think is a good option because of multitude of reasons, which I've talked about a ton. I don't have to repeat it. You guys know how I feel. about Za'Darius. I think at this part in his career, he'd be a great situational pass rusher. He would keep Davenport healthy. You could take snaps away from him, keep him fresh. Za'Darius can come in and be that pass rusher that you need. And then as a run defender, Marcus Davenport brings a lot, and you can get him in on third down as well. So you have a kind of a mix and match in that defensive end room. It just comes down to, in my opinion, the price tag in which Za'Darius Smith is asking for, which that's the big one. And I don't know exactly what he's asking for. So if it's too much, I get it. But we'll see what happens. But what do you guys think of it? Ahmed Hassanein potentially out for the year. We'll find out more information. And then Judon signing with the Miami Dolphins, or expected to sign. And what does that mean for Za'Darius Smith? Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on that. And you can check out the live show tonight, 8 to 10 p.m. We are live 5 days a week. So subscribe, turn the notification bell on, and get your merchandise, officialctsports.com. Hey, what's going on there? It's Jeff Iafrate. Appreciate you for finishing the video. You can check out one of the videos here suggested, or show support by commenting, liking, and subscribing. And buy your merchandise, officialctsports.com.